So here's the question. As a real estate investor, how do you build a business that you're excited to show up to every day while you constantly grow your stream of passive income that you and your family can depend on for life without having to leave your computer or even live somewhere that houses are affordable? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. Welcome to the Virtual Real Estate Investing Podcast with your host, Brian Elwood.
Hey, what's up everybody? Brian Elwood. Welcome back to the Virtual Real Estate Investing Podcast. Hope everybody's doing awesome today. As usual, just driving back from the gym, about to go home and work on building Freedom University because it launches in September. Hopefully this episode comes out before then, but it might not, and that will sound weird, but anyways, Freedom U is basically kind of what we're calling it as a nickname, and it's going to be an affordable membership program where I teach you guys how to build up a foundation of financial freedom, how to get your first dozen rental properties cash flowing, very simple, easy, and understandable kind of format without a lot of fluff. And we're going to have accountability. We're going to have group coaching calls, a closed Facebook group. And the launch price is only going to be $97 a month, which is unheard of in the real estate education space for everything that you're getting. So check out, you can learn more about that. You can register for a webinar where I talk about Freedom U at virtualinvestingclass.com. So today, I want to talk about something because I always talk to other investors or would-be investors, people who want to get into real estate, and the conversation always goes something like this. Hey, I buy houses. What do you do? Oh, I have a corporate job. I'd love to buy houses, but there's nothing affordable around here. And, I always grimace a little bit when I hear that, because there's multiple problems with that belief. Problem number one, of course, being that you do not need to buy houses in your own backyard, nor should you, unless it just absolutely makes sense on multiple different levels. But the other thing is the properties that are listed for sale on the MLS in your market or my market or any market are the most expensive ones, and the ones that there's the most competition around. And as a caveat, this does change depending on where the overall real estate market is at any given time. So if I was recording this episode in, say, 2009, I probably would say, get deals off the MLS. Screw marketing, just buy stuff that's already listed. However, it's a pretty narrow window of time. I mean, I've only been investing for about 7-ish years, one cycle's worth of real estate investing. So I'm not by any means an expert in market cycles. But the way this last one went, prices on the MLS were awesome and affordable for, a couple years, 3 years maybe. And then it just started to get outrageous and more outrageous every single day. And here in 2017, when the market feels pretty inflated, I wouldn't dare buy anything off the MLS, at least in our market, because it's too expensive. And I can build a very simple marketing machine inside any market and get my own deals, off-market deals. So every house we've ever bought, and this is hundreds of houses, to flip or to keep, at this point, all of them were bought off market. I do not remember buying one single listed property. We've always sourced our own deals, or maybe like a local wholesaler or property manager brings us a deal via referral. But we just do not buy stuff on the MLS. So what I would do if I was going to go into a market, let's say I was just going to pick a brand new market like Cincinnati or something, I would first fly there. I'd probably only go once for a lifetime, and I'd meet with a couple of high-level realtors and get the lay of the land and make sure that it was a good market to invest in. Then I would define the criteria I wanted, what type of property and in what areas. And then I would go online to a website like listsource.com, and I put in all my criteria, see how many of those types of properties there are in that market. And then I would get all those properties, actual addresses downloaded onto a spreadsheet. And then I would begin marketing to those owners via direct mail, via the phone. I'd try to bring the relationship online, and try to get their email address and market to them digitally after our first connection. You name it. We could even go as far as knocking on their doors. I don't usually do that, but if you have a really small targeted list that you're going after, you can focus on it pretty heavily. And you're probably thinking that's a lot of work and it costs a lot of money. But the thing is, it might take you, $3,000 in marketing spend to find a deal, but you'll be able to lock that deal up. In other words, put it under contract for maybe anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 less than you would have paid for it on the MLS. So you're basically making, 20 to 50 grand extra minus your $3,000 in marketing costs. And then, I would also hire a sales guy in Cincinnati to be the boots on the ground, to take all the calls, to go on the appointments, to negotiate and write offers. So he's making, a good $1,000 at least, but still you're in the black, so to speak, on that investment. And maybe it's just the investor in me, but I just don't like the idea of buying things on the MLS, especially in a market that is inflated. So I don't suggest that you do either. There's definitely caveats to that. I mean, if you're in a very linear market, which means the prices don't really go up and down all that much depending on the economy, like the houses right now are worth 60, and if the market crashes they go to 50, and if the market goes up they go to 70, so there's not a lot of wiggle room, then yeah, you could justify buying stuff off the MLS. It doesn't really matter, but you could still market for your own deals in that type of market and probably pick stuff up for 20 or 30,000, and that's what I would do. But if the numbers make sense and you want to pay 50 to 70 and you can still rent it and meet the 1% rule and all of that, it's not a big deal. But for a lot of you, you probably live in more cyclical markets, the opposite of linear. Cyclical markets are the ones that go up and down in wild swings based upon the national economy, the national real estate market, and the local economy. There's usually a lot of new builds in these areas and kind of really nice rehabs. And your marketing matters even more in those areas where the spreads are larger. But that's about it, guys. I hope that helps. I really encourage you to build marketing and sales machines. It's how you lock up deals with equity and get deals that no one else is going after. And that's how you build up your net worth and your cash flow. Thank you guys for listening. See you on the next episode. Peace.
Want more? Get your free copy of Brian's book that is changing real estate businesses everywhere. Just go to www.fireyourself.net. Also, Register for your free virtual real estate investing online masterclass at virtualinvestingclass.com.